Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're looking at Andhra Pradesh, a state known for its really dynamic politics. There's been a recent development, something that feels like more than just a routine announcement. It feels strategic. We're going to unpack a major announcement made back on August 28, 2025 in Vijayawada. Our goal here is to figure out not just what happened, but, why it's such a big deal, why it tells us something about political strategy, about reaching voters on the ground, and, well, the long game in Andhra.
Exactly. And what's really interesting, I think, is how this specific situation in Andhra, it actually reflects broader political principles.
Mm-hmm.
Things like party organization, outreach strategies.
Yeah.
You see similar patterns elsewhere. So looking closely at this, you might start seeing connections to political moves maybe in other places you follow. It's like watching strategy unfold in real time.
Okay, so let's get right into it. The main event, August 28th. The BJP in Andhra Pradesh, that's the Bharatiya Janata Party, announced a new team. This was under their state president, PVN Madhav, who's relatively new himself. They unveiled 14 new state spokespersons. Now, that number alone, 14, seems significant.
It absolutely is significant, more than just filling posts. You have to understand the context here. The BJP in Andhra, historically, they've often been seen as, well, a junior partner in the NDA alliance, working alongside the big regional players, the TDP and the Janata Party, GSP.
Yep.
So this announcement, appointing so many spokespersons at once, it feels like a deliberate push, an effort to carve out a more distinct BJP identity in the state, to have a louder voice, not just echoing allies.
And the timing. August 28th, you mentioned PVN Madhav took over in July 2025. That's pretty quick action. Plus, they've got local body elections coming up later in 2025. Is this mostly about those elections?
Well, yes and no. The timing certainly lines up with the local elections, the Gram Panchayats, Mandal Parishads, Zilla Parishads. Those are absolutely crucial for building grassroots strength. But appointing 13 people, and the kind of people they appointed, it suggests something more. It feels like a foundational move, building capacity for the long haul, not just a quick fix for the upcoming polls.
Okay, so let's talk about the who, these 14 individuals. Looking at the list, it seems like they've really aimed for diversity. Is that fair to say?
Oh, absolutely. Deliberate diversity seems to be the key phrase here. They've drawn people from different regions, coastal Andhra, the Rayalaseema region, Uttarandhra up north, and from different backgrounds, too. It's not a monolithic group.
So why is that regional spread so important strategically?
Well, Andhra Pradesh is a large and varied state. The issues in Visakhapatnam are different from those in Kurnool or Nellore. By picking spokespersons rooted in these specific areas, the BJP is signaling, we understand your local concerns. It helps counter that perception that national parties are sometimes out of touch with regional specifics. It's about localization.
Can you give us some examples? Who are some of these voices and what do they represent?
Sure. You have, for instance, Dr. Vanusha Reddy from Kurnool and Dr. K. Suhasini Anand from Visakhapatnam. Both professionals, doctors. Their selection seems clearly aimed at connecting with urban, educated voters, people who might respond to that kind of profile.
Okay, so an urban appeal.
Right. But you contrast that with someone like Vakadi Narayana Reddy from Nellore or Puri Tirupati Rao from Srikakulam.
These individuals likely have much stronger ties to rural constituencies. Their role would be crucial in reaching those, well, less urbanized areas.
And what about key cities? Vijayawada is a major hub.
Exactly. They've appointed Sadini Amini Sharma and Sheikh Baji, both from the NTR district where Vijayawada is located. You'd expect them to play a really central role in shaping the narrative in that very influential political and economic center.
And specific regional issues, like the coast.
Yes. Look at Milapudi Renuka from West Godavari and Nala Pavan Kumar from Dr. Ambedkar Konaseema district. Their focus will likely be heavily on coastal issues, think agriculture, the vital aquaculture sector, things like that.
And Rayalaseema. That region has its own dynamics.
It certainly does. Complex caste equations, specific agrarian concerns. So you have Jali Mathusudhan from Tirupati and Vangala Shashi Bhushan Reddy from Kadapa appointed for that region. They'll need to navigate those specific local sensitivities. So yeah, it's a very carefully put together team.
Right. Not just names on a list, but people chosen for specific connections and expertise. Grassroots activists, professionals. Quite the mix.
Precisely. And their job description, essentially, is threefold. 1, articulate the party's policies and achievements clearly. 2, effectively counter narratives coming from the opposition. And 3, perhaps most importantly, connect with the public. Really engage them on a wide range of issues. It's about shaping the conversation.
So what kind of things will they be talking about? What's in their toolkit?
Well, they'll certainly highlight central government initiatives impacting the state, like that Ratan Tata Innovation Hub launched recently in Mangalagiri. That's a concrete example of development they can point to.
Okay, national achievements with local relevance.
Exactly, and purely local projects too, like the Swarna Naravarapalli solar energy project in Tirupati, showing direct benefits to households. That's always powerful.
And what about addressing problems, grievances?
That's crucial for credibility.
Yeah.
Take the issue of U.S. tariffs affecting aqua farmers in Andhra. PVN Madhav, the state president, personally raised this with the prime minister earlier in August, so the spokespersons can point to that and say, look, our leadership is tackling your specific problems at the highest level.
I see. Encountering the opposition. The YSRCP is the main rival there.
Yes, so expect them to draw contrasts. They'll likely focus on criticisms leveled against the previous YSRCP government, maybe on things like sand mining policies or liquor sales, and juxtapose that with the current NDA government's actions under Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu and Deputy CM Pawan Kalyan, highlighting perceived successes.
So it's a mix of promoting their own work and critiquing rivals.
Standard political communication, yes. But the how is interesting, too. It won't just be press conferences, I imagine. The strategy seems geared towards deeper engagement, talking to local media outlets, showing up at public discussions, really using social media smartly to reach, younger voters.
Right, getting beyond the state capitol headline.
Exactly. It's about building that presence block by block, district by district, trying to close that gap where maybe the BJP felt disconnected from the grassroots before.
Which brings us back to those local body elections in 2025. How direct is the link between these appointments and winning those specific polls?
The link is very direct. Winning at the Gram Panchayat, Mandal, and Zilla Parishad level. That's how you build a foundation. It establishes your presence, creates local leaders, and gives you control over local resources and decision-making. It's fundamental.
So the BJP isn't content just riding on the coattails of TDP and JSP in the villages anymore.
That seems to be the message, yes. While the alliance is strong at the state level, this looks like a concerted effort by the BJP to cultivate its own loyal base and leadership right down to the village level. They want their own footprint, their own workers, their own influence, independent of allies.
And they must be feeling confident after the 2024 state elections. The NDA won big, 164 seats. And the BJP itself went from 0 seats in 2019 to 8 in 2024. That's a comeback.
Absolutely. That success provides momentum. It fuels ambition. You can see that energy translating into this kind of organizational strengthening. It supports a bigger vision.
What is that bigger long-term vision, do you think, under PVN Madhav?
Well, based on his actions and background, strong RSS ties, son of a senior leader, it seems the goal isn't just to be part of the ruling coalition. The ambition appears to be for the BJP to become a truly major, perhaps even dominant force in Andhra Pradesh politics in its own right. Madhav's focus on things like the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign or highlighting Ambedkar's legacy. It looks like an attempt to blend nationalism with social outreach, broadening the party's appeal.
But Andhra Pradesh politics is complex. You have strong regional identities, powerful caste dynamics ready, Kama, Kapu, BCs. And being in an alliance while trying to grow independently is tricky. How do these appointments address that?
That's the strategic tightrope they're walking. The diversity in appointments is key here. By having spokespersons like Dr. Vanusha Reddy, Vakati Narayana Reddy, maybe figures representing Kapu or BC interests, and Sheikh Baji for minority outreach, they're trying to project a party that understands and includes these diverse groups. It's an attempt to counter regionalism by being deeply local and to navigate caste by having representatives from within those communities.
So using local faces to speak to local realities, even while pushing a national party agenda.
Precisely. It's about making the BJP feel less like an external force and more like an integrated part of the Andhra political fabric, building that trust from the inside out.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what we've really unpacked today isn't just a list of 14 names. It's a look inside a strategic political operation, a carefully designed effort to amplify a party's voice and expand its reach across a complex state.
Exactly. It's a powerful example of how parties are constantly tuning their communication strategies, especially now in this media-saturated world, choosing the right voices, empowering them, and tasking them with connecting across different regions and communities. It shows a real understanding of modern political engagement.
It really does. So maybe a final thought for you, the listener. When you see political parties making appointments or organizational changes, even ones that seem minor, think about the deeper strategy. Could it be part of a longer game? A plan to build influence, one conversation, one district, one community at a time, What other small shifts might actually be signaling bigger power plays unfolding? Something to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.